Welcome to Empower. We are glad that you're together with us today. It has been a great week, and I believe that the Lord has taken care of you, and that is why you are with us today. My name is Beatrice Chuchu, and in this program we focus on people and workplace. As I always say, God has a plan for you, and it is good for you to ensure that you accomplish that purpose on earth before your days are gone. And that is why we are here today. And this year we decided to focus on being light in whichever field that God has placed us. And that is why we are continuing today, and I have a special guest with us. I want to invite her to introduce herself, then we can move forward. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Beatrice, thank you for having me here. I'm very excited to be here and just share about my career and also the faith. My name is Elizabeth Wambui Kimani. I am born again. Love Jesus as my personal savior. In my career, I am an electrical engineer by profession and training, but currently I am I'm training as an electrical engineer trainer at Limuru Technical. I train electrical engineering students. Yes.
Wow. So when you did electrical engineering, did you do it to be, what do you become? You become an electrical.
Become an electrical engineer. Yes.
So did you train to be an electrical engineer, or did you ever think of being a trainer the way you're doing now?
I never thought of being a trainer. Actually trained to be an electrical engineer because my passion in the area of electrical engineering is solar energy. And I actually practiced for 6 years as an electrical engineer, installing solar installations across the country and also setting up power lines in different booster stations for Safaricom.
Yes.
And then at some point, I was so much in my career to a point whereby my work in ministry, I could no longer have time for ministry. And I really, at some point, I really felt like I really wanted to do ministry, but the time was not, I was not able to do it. So I really sought God and wondered, oh God, how can this happen? I love my engineering and I still want to serve you, but I only have time to just go for the Sunday service. And go home. Weekends, you know, electrical engineering, how it works. If a transformer is not working, you are called wherever you are.
Oh, those are like the people that work with Kenya Power, for example?
Yes, for example. You cannot say me, I'm in a ministry somewhere. People need their power connected.
And
so
we keep calling at hey, please, can you sort this?
Yes. So you need to just show up. And then I wondered, how can I do both? I really had to really seek God. And to be honest, this opportunity to train came up. And I wondered, wow, God, this is like, it was like God had really brought this opportunity. And I said, let me apply. If I go through, this will be an opportunity to be both impactful and also practice. You practice because I'm a technical trainer. I train people in TVETs, meaning you need to do practicals with them, you need to show. And then another thing I realized is when I went to the industry, I had gotten a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. A lot of the learning I had done was theoretical. Very little practicals, if any. Actually, my first encounter with practicals was when I went for attachment. So when I went to the field, now I had finished graduating, I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm ready to take over the world. Oh.
You don't have the experience.
You don't have the experience. And then I discovered everywhere I would go, there were people who are very good at what they were doing. And then after you stay with them for a while, you wonder you ask them what they did. They had done diploma.
And you have a degree.
And you have a degree. So I learned if you want to learn how to actually do the work, follow the diplomist people. Follow them.
It's like you have to calm down a bit.
You have to
humble yourself. Forget that you have a degree, but you want to learn.
Actually, it's not even a matter of forgetting. You need to totally disregard. The knowledge you have is just for you. When they're explaining something, you know what is voltage, you know what is current, you know everything. But you need to know the work. And then I came and realized later on, after working around with people who had the technical hands-on skills, I realized that when I was brought now to managerial roles, because eventually the path of an engineer at some point in Kenya, you'd be a manager.
Yes, yes.
Because engineers outside the country, their work is to invent. And very little invention happens in Kenya.
Yes.
So a lot of the engineers in Kenya, you'll find themselves are the ones applying, putting up stations, but they are managing a company. So for you to be a good manager as an electrical engineer, you need to know. People can't tell you they need 7 cables and you don't know the inches.
Yes.
Because you've never done it. Your company will just run in losses.
That's true.
You don't know what's happening out there because all you know is, I know this should work, and it's true it's working. It does. But you don't know how many cables did we need? What was the size of the cable we needed? What was the voltage we needed to supply? So it helped me a lot in that. By the time I was coming up and a bit higher to a project engineer at some point. So we now fast forward to now 7 years down the line. I am doing so well in my career. I was actually just about to go higher. Then I realized there's something missing.
Yes, there's something you're not attending
something that's not happening. And from the time I knew Christ in campus, I just had a love for missions, going for missions, reaching out. And I now couldn't do them anymore. So I wondered, how could I do that? So when this opportunity to train came, I saw this is it. Not even training. I'm not saying I won't train in universities, but training diploma students, this is it. You actually tell them, you are the people we are waiting for. It is you. And you make sure they get the training completely hands-on, what they need to do. And even in this path as an educator, I've not been here very long, maybe 2 to 3 years as an educator in electrical engineering. Another thing I've learned is, even as the government is trying to go towards CBC, I won't talk about CBC, I'll talk about CBE, competency-based education, where you train the people at the technical level to actually, when they go out there, they are competent. Competent means you can do. You can do what I'm telling you to do. So when I've started realizing this, it's a very good push to push people towards that.
Wow. That's amazing. And I think I've listened to you and I've loved it because you reached a point and realized there's a side that is not working. And because this is another area that you really focused on. You want to serve God. But your work is too much. That you cannot have that time. But also I appreciate that you have to take time to pray about it. Because sometimes we reach a crossroad and you don't know what to do. And you're stuck. Do you want to leave the job? You get so much frustrated. But I think that's where the difference comes in for us who know the Lord, that you can actually call God and talk to Him and ask Him to guide you. Wow. Now, so now you decided, I want to train. How is it working with the ministry? You can see it is really...
It's working wonderfully. Let me say it's working wonderfully because, first of all, you're very impactful. Direct, you see direct impact. If anything, I think now I'm more sensitive. Because this is a life. This is a person who the parents have entrusted you. Please train them. By the time they come out of here, they should be able to do something. I'm paying school fees. So I find that a lot. It has a lot of impact. Maybe I don't know, as a human being or as a Christian. For me, it's twofold in both cases, that you can impact a student this way. In terms of time, it's good because there's never really an emergency in education. That now you need to come at midnight and teach this person. Maybe when they are towards exams, you need to give them more time to practice and refresh them for the exam. So it's working wonderfully. I'm able all weekends to do ministry whenever I'm needed. I'm able to be in church to serve when I'm needed to. It had also reached a point socially, it was a bit difficult. All my friends were only my fellow engineers. I'd meet you in the field.
So that's where you're spending a lot of your time. Actually, almost 100%.
So it was really, I'm not trying to say that electrical engineers or engineers in whole is a wrong field, because we actually serve in the workplace. I would really reach out to my fellow engineers. Everywhere you'd go, those are people. You can't say those are not people.
No, they are people.
When you're doing everything to build this nation, you're serving God. But for me as an individual, there was always this, where is the missions part of you, Elizabeth? What are you doing?
The campus lady who would go out for missions.
Who go out for missions. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. That's not so nice. But when you're growing up, how did this electrical engineering come in? Is it that something you desired or you look forward to, or did you find yourself doing it? Because sometimes we go to campus and do some courses, or even colleges and do courses that you really don't even know what you're doing. It's not that you love them, but you just have to do it. So how did it come to be for you?
For me, how it came about is, I'm told when I was small, my work was to destroy everything. It destroy in terms of, if I'd find a speaker, I want to go behind the speaker. Where is that voice coming from? And remove things, disconnect things. And then as I grew older, I always speak about this. There used to be a program called MacGyver. A MacGyver was about a person who would just show up somewhere, there's danger, and then they'd use everything around them to do something. So at some point I asked my dad, how does this person know to do this? I was in primary. He told me, when you go to high school, make sure you do physics. Then you'll become like MacGyver. So when I went I was very motivated. So when I went to high school, I went and did physics. From there, when we had people who would come over, the alumni girls, they would share, and I would really relate with the engineers when they would speak. I would say, this is a path I want to do, projects, you're able to run them. So for me, it was from way before. And I even remember when, at some point, the marks I got, the cutoff were not enough. And I really cried. But my father is a very stern man, and he told me, you, what your grades, what you have gotten, is that what you'll do. Look for a grade that suits. Look for a course that suits your grades. But, and then all of a sudden, a college opened up that was suiting my grade. And I really went for it. So for me, it was a passion from way before.
Do you know not many people actually do follow, like you realize this is what I did in campus, this is what I'm pursuing in life, and it's actually my passion. You realize some of us do some courses, then later in life you're able to switch somewhere and follow a path that you really love, and that is so amazing. I know we should be taking a break in a short while, but I want to know this. How has your faith influenced your career journey? Would you say that, okay, I would love to hear how your faith has really influenced your movement from campus all along when you came to know the Lord until where you are today. So maybe you can start there before we
I would say my faith has influenced my career in terms of, first of all, in all that I do, I need to seek God. Because I realize there's so much I can do. There's so much opportunity there's so many paths all the time open for you to take. But if you seek the Lord, you're able to know now, this is where the Lord wants you. This is where he knows you'll thrive, and you'll be able to be of impact even in your career. Be it when it came to choosing roles, be it when now wondering, do you need to go to another workplace to get better terms? Actually, is the Lord trying to train me here? I need to stay. No, I should not be in a rush to go somewhere else.
Maybe for money.
So, so prayer has been very key. And it has also helped me in terms of, there are times when you find yourself in compromising situations whereby every temptation is there to do wrong, cut shortcuts, but you remember it is God that you're serving. It's not man. When you can't go in the evening and tell God thank you for the day, and then he'll remind you, your conscience will sear. What did you do? So at all times, even when it cost me or when I had to do something, I would say God cost me. Because the Bible says we obey the Lord. You show him that we love him in our obedience. So if I really love him, I had to obey him. So in that way, it has impacted my career.
Wow, thanks so much, Elizabeth. We're taking a short break. Thanks so much for being part of this program, and I believe that you're learning with us. We'll be right back. Don't go far.
Good marketing makes the company look smart. Great marketing makes the customer feel smart. Are you looking for a place to advertise your upcoming conference, church meeting, or ladies' meeting? Look no further. Elevate TV is offering you a chance to advertise from as low as 5,000 Kenyan shillings. Talk to us today. Call us on 0705 872237.
Welcome back. This is Empower, the program that focuses on people and workplace. We believe that you're supposed to be the light in the world, and that is why we are looking at being light, even in engineering and other aspects of this life. And Elizabeth, you said that how you put things is when you talk about being in a place, you say God caused you, because it is God. And I think most people are struggling with that, especially the young people. And now I'm happy that you're dealing even with young people where you are serving or where you're working. So what are the challenges these young people are facing that are making them not to be the light wherever they are, yet they're supposed to be?
I think one of the things I would say out of experience from, because I'm young, I believe. Yes,
you are, yes.
Yeah, is you find in a place where in the workplace, somehow we have taught ourselves, this is my work life, this is my family life, this is my spiritual life.
Yes.
So when I'm in my spiritual life, this is how I carry myself. When I'm with my social people, this is how they know me, and this is my workplace. When you separate those ones, you reach a place, it's like you close the door for God to control. He can only, God, this area, please control as much as you want. This one, let me give you an opinion before you come in. When it comes to the career world, we only look at, we are only looking at maybe other professions who are ahead of us, and some of them may not be born again.
Yes.
So if there's a way they're carrying themselves in their social life, you start following. Because you're like, this is what my people are doing.
Yes.
This is what, I know of a friend who, in his workplace, he's born again.
Yes.
And then in his workplace, the deals are made when people go to bars.
Yes.
In the corporate world, when you're in the office, decisions are being made, things are happening, but the final say will be when people go to the bar. So now he always wondered, should I?
Yes.
Should I be going with them? Because that's when you come in the morning and find there's a new manager. It was decided last night.
Outside
the office.
Yeah.
So if you're a person who you have not stood, you'll find yourself
also saying, okay, let me also go there.
Let me follow.
Within no time, you're also doing what they're doing.
Let your whole life be one. Let it all be one. Let it just be. You're the Elizabeth who loves God even at work.
Yes.
Who serves as unto God even at work.
Yes.
At home. At the workplace.
Yes.
In church or wherever it is that you're serving.
Yes. Because I believe that we are first Christians or believers before we become workers. And the moment you decide your life is going to be separated, like in church, the Holy Beatrice. But go to workplace, another one. Social life, you can't even know it's me. I think that point you lose it.
It's true.
Wow. And maybe in engineering, someone may be wondering, what are the challenges that people face in engineering? Because sometimes engineering, by the way, has been a cause that you realize that whichever line of engineering, but it's one of the things that you find most children, they want to be, even when they are young. I want to be an engineer. I want to be this engineer. I want to be this engineer. But maybe sometimes with no understanding what comes in, or maybe sometimes it reaches a point, it's so expected, so much is expected of you that you give up. But what are the other challenges that go around that engineering area? That can make maybe someone feel like, no, even if I desire to be there, let me do a lighter course.
Maybe what I would say is you need to put in the time. One thing when we were in campus, I remember was I would look at our life as engineering students and the business students, and you wonder what is not happening.
Are you in the same campus?
How are they always this free? Because you're always doing probably more units. Even in the diploma, I have realized, I keep on telling my students, I know you want to be always out there free, your timetable to be lighter, but you need to put in the time because the rewards actually are usually exponential.
Of course.
I told you when I was leaving engineering, I would say I took a pay cut to say as I was pursuing purpose. Because you earn very well. Opportunities are good, and then people are rare. Another thing about it is in our current industry, we are looking for people who can do work. Don't run for managerial. Don't. I am telling you, those things are far in between. If you want to be a manager, be good enough in being hands off, and then now go register your own company. You'd have better chances instead of trying to rush for in a company to be called the CEO,
Yes.
to be called head of something, to be project what. Just go to the field, get
Yes,
the skill.
get
It will
it.
reward you.
Uh-huh.
You will get your reward there.
Wow.
By learning actually what you need to go screw.
Yes.
Don't actually go for that. That's what I keep on telling people. You need to go for it. So if you're not ready to be boots on the ground, don't go for engineering.
Yeah, if I just want to sit at the back of my desk and enjoy
No.
in my heels,
No.
it won't work.
Unless your father owns an engineering company, so he'll hand it to you.
I tell you, take. And then the real engineers are on the field.
Yeah.
But you need to understand what they are doing.
Because they will also run down the company.
That
now,
is
you
it.
see.
Yes.
He'll need to employ you because you're his son or his daughter,
Yes.
and also employ somebody who actually knows. And now everyone will always be knowing you're a stooge.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you
Yes.
can't have gone to engineering school
and you cannot.
and not be able to know what you're talking about.
Wow. And that's a good point, because you realize, I think the expectations that we have as young people are very different, sometimes off the path.
Of reality.
Yeah, because for you to become seriously an engineer, you need to do it.
True.
And it calls for you to let your hands get dirty.
You need to get that.
Wear those aprons, wear those overalls, get to the field. Sometimes you have to climb up.
Yes.
So if I don't want that, then if I'm not ready for that, then I shouldn't just go for it.
True.
Otherwise, I'll not grow in the career.
It's true. And if you even want to go up faster in engineering, let me give you a free tip. I think I'm training people.
Yeah.
I'm turning to a trainer at this point.
Yes.
If you really want to go faster, you truly want to grow,
Yes.
be the person who, they are calling for people to go to the field, go do show up, say volunteer, say I will go.
Yes.
It will reach a point whereby the one who is usually given the work, the supervisor,
Yes.
says, when they're told to pick people, they pick you first.
Yes, because they know you're good at it.
You're good
be
at it,
available.
and you're always saying, I will do.
Yes.
Anyone who's always taking a back seat, you'll just be forgotten. Because
You're
things
right.
need to be done. We are not going to ask you, please come. We need somebody who knows, if I tell you, hold on to this, you need to be ready to hold. Not
Yes.
looking this way, that way. You are 50-50, like you are forced. Because accidents can happen again.
Yes, yes.
You need to be somebody who is determined and has chosen to just serve. And then quickly you'll just, if the supervisor is always calling you, next you'll be the supervisor's assistant.
True.
What if the supervisor goes for maternity
Or
leave
something,
or
yes.
something? Who
You're the
will
one.
step in? And soon you'll be noticed
True,
if you're really pursuing going
Yes.
up the ladder.
Yes. And you see again, when people give themselves to do these things and they are doing it genuinely, I usually say, even if the supervisor doesn't notice, God does.
True.
And so someone else from that within the organization will just notice that you're there. This person, this person.
Yeah.
And finally you get it.
It's true.
But if you just hide there and you don't want to do it, then you cannot.
No one will. Even God himself
Yes.
is not like that.
Yes.
He'll talk to, he'll help, he'll give favor to the one who is actually doing something.
True. Wow. No. God opened a door for you.
Yeah.
And you're able now to serve. You're serving in the where you're working and also in church. How do you put this balance so that you ensure that you're also not overwhelmed? Because sometimes I find myself, I'm so busy in church and have work waiting for me. So how do you balance that?
The Bible speaks about that there's a time for everything in Ecclesiastes.
Yes.
So you need to, and the Bible also speaks about if you have a vision, write it down. So for myself, I have put out a plan for, in my career, I must always achieve this.
Yes.
In terms of ministry, I must always be available for this.
Yes.
So if it comes a time when there's a conflict, I need to really ask God, which one at this time should I give more time?
Yes.
And then there's just the normal structure for Monday to Friday, during 8 to 5 hours, or during my classes hours, I should be there.
Yes.
I should not give an excuse, even if there's even if there's an urgent mission, they have lacked a missioner.
Yes.
I'll help them look for a missioner, but I will not go. I need to go do this work.
Yes.
And whenever I am in a mission,
Yes.
I make sure it's during the time not to work. So I give my all in the mission. It's putting time.
Yes.
And you need to be very clear. And I think I chose to be a trainer because I can't tell every employer,
Yes.
you need to release me for missions.
Uh-huh.
You know that's not even wise.
Yeah, it doesn't always work.
Yeah.
Even it's not wise.
It's not wise. Even people will wonder, okay, so because you're a Christian, even me, I'm a Hindu, what do I do? You know?
Yes.
What special privilege should I have? So for me, this career is very good because it's Monday to Friday. So I know Saturdays I can give of my time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And even social life.
Yes.
Visit family when need to be. Yeah.
Wow. So when you, when you're working with people, for example, now that you're training young people, what gives you more satisfaction? What gives you satisfaction as a trainer? Because you're dealing with people.
Yeah.
So what is that triggers you and feel like, oh God, thank you that I'm here?
It's because when I see a student who, when they first came,
Yes.
they were really struggling. But you can tell this student is bright, you know, for them to even have made it to get this cut off. And then you're trying to help them. And then another thing is, by the time people are taking a technical course,
Yes.
it's like they have been rejected by university. So trying to tell this child again that you're the one, the world is with, you are the one.
Yes.
Kenya, but if you're there, if an engineer is there and you are not there, that work won't move.
Yes.
So you are valuable. So to be able to see a child change from like looking down upon themselves and then now seeing that they can actually do this.
Yes.
That for me, I think that makes me very happy.
The impact. Wow. And I think that's a joy that actually teachers get.
It's true. I didn't know. They keep being teachers.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's very true. And actually, I just relate them. I just love them. Because there's something, even if you become better than them,
Yes.
that is
They're
their joy.
celebrating.
Yes. So as you see these young people, someone came in, and also I love it that you're also not just looking at the books and what they're learning and the technical aspect, just looking at this person's life, their esteem.
Yes.
Yeah, they need to feel that they are important, they are valuable. Wow, and more being a Christian.
True.
Wow. Do you take maybe some, or maybe this is just, I don't want your employer to listen to you. Do you take maybe some minutes and ask them who want to get to know the Lord here? Do you speak to them about the Lord?
When that happens, is maybe in the corridors, not during the class.
Yes, yes.
Because, you know, you can actually tell, and you start from, you notice a child is this way, and then as you're sharing, you've opened up, you can even ask them.
Yes.
And then you can even tell them that there's usually a CO program, can you consider going?
Yes.
Yeah, because I may not go myself, but you tell them, because you know the impact of being in a CO in campus.
Wow, that's beautiful. Now, I know we don't have much time, we should be closing the program. Someone may be watching us and thinking about this engineering and the way you were really explaining it. What words would you tell them so that they can feel motivated, I can still make it, I can move forward? Yes.
Yeah, so it's to tell them that if you're pursuing electrical engineering or any other form of engineering, go for it. And another thing, maybe I'd like to just point out, I have not pointed out, is in the world that we are in today, if you're an electrical engineer, be an electrical engineer who can design. Don't just be one line. Be an electrical engineer who can administrate. Be an electrical engineer who can train. Be an electrical engineer who always add something.
Wow.
And then always be adding training. Always be, it doesn't have to be go for another master's if you're not able to get the fees. There are so many trainings that you can go for. Be an electrical engineer who is good at safety. There are so many areas that you can go into.
Wow.
Yeah.
I believe you've loved it to listen to Elizabeth as she explained to us in a very deep way what she is doing. And I believe in you that God is taking you somewhere. Please learn, develop yourself. And as we finish, what is in your hands? My name is Beatrice Chuchu. God bless you. See you next week.